I'm going to show you how to make YouTube videos that will consistently sell your educational digital products, even if you're starting from scratch with no audience yet. You don't need to go viral or have super polished videos for this to work either. You simply need to focus on the right content that will actually convert into sales from day one. So first, welcome to my channel. I'm Sandra, and I help female entrepreneurs sell their coaching programs, courses, and memberships with YouTube. So if that sounds like you, make sure to subscribe and you won't miss a single upload. Now, before we cover the types of videos that will generate sales, we need to talk about why YouTube is the absolute best platform for selling your digital products in the first place. So I've been selling all kinds of digital products for over 5 years. I've documented it all on my main YouTube channel, and I've used many different platforms to try to promote them. I've tried Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and even a bit of TikTok, although that didn't last very long. And YouTube drastically outperformed all of these platforms combined. And there's a few reasons why this happened. First, people get a much better sense of who you are, your personality, your vibe, and your style of teaching, especially when they're willing to sit through a 10 to 15 minute YouTube video with you versus a quick 10-second Instagram reel where there's only so much of your personality that you can showcase, right? Even think about the creators you typically watch on YouTube on a regular basis. You've basically built a connection with them, and it feels like you're chatting with a friend almost, while also looking up to them as an authority because you're learning something from them at the same time. That's exactly how you want your viewers to feel when watching your videos. So YouTube builds trust faster than any other platform, and trust is the most important thing you need to build with your audience in a world of AI, because people are craving human connection now. That is what's going to eventually lead to sales. Now pair that trust with a certain behavior that is crucial from the regular viewer on YouTube, specifically viewers consuming educational content. When you think of the general audience behavior on social media, it's mainly to scroll through a bunch of posts and reels for entertainment purposes, and basically to get a quick dopamine hit when they're bored. Think of how you typically use Instagram and TikTok, for example. You're not necessarily looking for a solution to your problem or a program to invest in. You're looking to be distracted or entertained. You might be waiting in line at the grocery store, or you're taking a break on the couch and scrolling through your phone really quickly, versus the audience behavior on YouTube, which is very different. People are looking for solutions to their problems on YouTube. They're actively typing in things like how to lose weight after giving birth, or how to make healthy snacks for picky toddlers. And they're more willing to invest in a solution based on what they're struggling with. So they have more of a buyer's mindset versus passive scrollers on social media. On top of that, YouTube is a search engine, which gives every video you publish a long shelf life as long as the topics you cover are evergreen, which refers to topics that are relevant for years to come. I have videos I published on my main channel years ago that still grow my email list today without me having to do any extra work. Whereas on social media like Instagram, your posts basically disappear after 24 to 48 hours. And that's why it can feel like running on a hamster wheel, producing new content every day just to get seen and stay relevant. So the longevity of your content on YouTube means the work you put in today can continue attracting views, leads, and sales for months or even years without you having to constantly create something new just to stay visible. Now that I've hopefully convinced you on why YouTube is the best platform for growing an audience and selling your products, let's talk about the types of videos that will generate consistent leads and therefore what you need to focus on. And by the way, I made a free guide for you, which is all about how to turn your YouTube views into customers. It covers the 9 elements you need to optimize in every video. So you can grab that from the description box below. The last thing you want to do is waste your time creating random videos that no one cares to watch. So to demonstrate these high converting video styles, let me show you what has performed well on my main channel. In this video titled How I Would Sell Digital Products If I Could Start Over, I'm covering a 5-step framework that my audience can follow. And as I hover through the timeline, you can see that although there are some graphics and B-roll scattered through the segments, it's mainly me speaking directly to the camera. And although this video continues to grow my email list every day, and my audience really resonated with it, the best part is how easy it is to create these types of videos, which is simply talking head videos. You're speaking directly to the camera the entire time, sharing a specific listicle, concept, or framework that your audience really cares about, which gives you a chance to showcase your personality while also establishing authority in this topic. And you might already have noticed that that's the style of video you're watching right now. It's the most natural one for me to create, and it's typically what I stick to. The next video, titled How to Start an Etsy Shop Selling Digital Products, is actually a 1-hour tutorial. And you can see through this timeline that basically throughout the entire video, I'm sharing my screen. Depending on who your audience is and what offer you want to direct them to, step-by-step tutorials are a great way to demonstrate your knowledge and expertise by guiding them through a specific task they want to accomplish right now. I created this video specifically to eventually direct my viewers to my Etsy ebook, which was a great next step after they watched the full tutorial. The next one is my personal favorite, and it can be demonstrated with this example called How I Made My First 100 Etsy Sales Fast. This one is actually a combination of talking head with some screen sharing, but the difference here is there's a lot more storytelling involved and behind the scenes of what I did to achieve a specific result that my audience wants. This is the perfect example of a social proof video, and it works really well because people love to see how you've solved the problem for yourself or for someone else, and it builds credibility the fastest. Now, none of this matters if your videos are not doing these 3 things, so keep these in mind every time you sit down to plan your content. Each video must solve a problem that your ideal audience is struggling with right now, so it has to be highly relevant to them. It needs to be searchable, so it's focused on what your audience is currently searching for right now on YouTube to solve their problem. And we'll get into that a little bit more later. And every video topic must be relevant to your paid offer. Otherwise, there's no point in creating it. For example, if you sell a course on how to prepare healthy meals for picky toddlers, and you create a video on 10 healthy snacks for picky toddlers, that's aligned. That video can eventually lead to your paid offer. But if you create a video on your personal workout routine, for example, that's clearly not aligned and a waste of your time because it doesn't guide your audience on a journey from your free content to your paid course. Okay, so since you'll be putting a lot of time and effort into making these videos, you now need to ensure that the right people will discover it. Otherwise, you've just burned hours and maybe days creating content that no one sees. And when you're starting with no audience, you can't rely on existing subscribers to watch your videos. You need to have a strategy for getting found every single day by new people, and more importantly, the right people. It all starts with who your ideal viewer is, because the more you can understand who you're trying to reach, what they're searching for on YouTube, and the type of content they're already consuming, the more likely you'll get discovered by them. Now, to demonstrate the first thing you need to prioritize, here's an example from my channel, which is actually the 9th video I ever published. It's called Etsy Digital Downloads That Will Actually Sell. And at the time, it was my highest performing video. I remember conducting keyword research for this one and noticed that there was a high demand for the keyword phrase, Etsy Digital Downloads. So I decided to pursue that topic. It absolutely blew up my channel at the time, and I eventually doubled down on those topics. But my point is that search engine optimization is incredibly important to focus on, especially when you're getting started. This means conducting market research to see what keywords your ideal audience is searching for and including them in your title, description, and tags to help your videos rank. So make your videos searchable, because remember, at the end of the day, YouTube is a search engine and it's constantly trying to find the right videos for the right audience. Some of my favorite keyword research tools that I've used are Keywords Everywhere, TubeBuddy, and vidIQ. You don't need all of them, you just need one, but these are all great options to consider. Now, optimizing your video with relevant keywords is only one piece of the puzzle. That'll help your videos rank when someone searches a keyword phrase that you're specifically targeting. But how do you ensure that people actually click and watch your video once they've stumbled on it, especially when they have so many other options they can choose from? So you know how we've been told not to judge a book by its cover? Well, unfortunately, that's not the case when it comes to YouTube. The cover of your video is incredibly crucial. Your video could be the best thing that has ever been created, but if your title and thumbnail does not entice people to click and watch it, it won't matter. Please don't do what I did for basically the first 2 years of my channel. I used to plan, record, and edit my video, and then decide on the title and thumbnail the day I published it. Don't do that. You need to prioritize your video's packaging, which refers to the topic, which we've already covered, the title, and the thumbnail. This is what's going to entice people to click. Now, I could do a whole video on how to optimize your title and thumbnail in different ways, but I'm going to just share a few tips here to consider. This is a free tool I absolutely love to use called thumbsup.tv. You can upload your thumbnail and title to see how they work together, both in light mode and dark mode, because of course this varies with different viewers. But I like to come up with different thumbnail and title variations to see how they both work together before deciding on the combination to go with. Understanding what your audience cares about the most will help you decide what to place on your thumbnail and what should be the main focal point. In this case, I know my audience wants to sell digital products like PDFs, and they're worried they'll waste their time creating something no one buys. So that's why that's the primary focus here. Also, try to not repeat any of the words from your title in the thumbnail because that's a waste of space. Instead, use the thumbnail to add more emotion or pique curiosity, giving them more of a reason to click. And the higher your click-through rate, the more likely YouTube is to push your video to more of your ideal viewers. Okay, now that you know how to get discovered by the right people, let's discuss how to convert your viewers into customers. Because if they're just coming in, watching your video, and then have no idea what to do next, they're just going to hop off, and that's a big missed opportunity. That's why the YouTube sales funnel is so important to understand. And to show you how this works, here's a video on my main channel called How to Create and Sell Your First Digital Product in 7 Days. Inside this video, I'm walking them through a spreadsheet I created, which I then turned into a lead magnet. And you probably already know a lead magnet is something you offer to your viewer for free in exchange for their email address. So at the top of the description box, I've linked the lead magnet landing page, which looks like this. As soon as they've signed up, they receive a delivery email to access the spreadsheet. For the next 5 days, they're nurtured in an email welcome sequence that I have automated. And the purpose is to warm them up to my paid offer, which is my mini course on how to create a digital product that will sell. That's how it works. So to break this down, you have your YouTube video, which is obviously free to watch for your viewer. They're then directed to join your email list via a lead magnet. This then takes them through an email welcome sequence, typically 3 to 5 emails, which is used to nurture them and warm them up to your offer. And that's when you pitch your offer by the end of the sequence. This way, every video you create is building your email list, which is the most valuable asset in your business, and you're not constantly having to rely only on YouTube and social media algorithms to reach your ideal customers every day. Give this video a like and subscribe if it was helpful. Leave me a comment and let me know what else you'd like me to cover on this channel. You can head over to this video next where I break down a 30-day strategy on how to get your channel off the ground starting with 0 subscribers. So I'll see you there.